Good morning. Today is December 14th, and I'm going to be doing a drive from my house in Northeast Minneapolis to my company's office in Edina, Minnesota. I was hoping to have a new microphone set up for this video. Unfortunately, I have to go to the hardware store and get a different screw for my mount, so unfortunately this video will still have the old audio setup, so apologies in advance for that. But this will be my first recorded drive with FSD Beta 10.6.1, which I got over the weekend. I did a few drives with it over the last couple days. To be honest, they weren't the best of drives. Saw some interesting behavior where the car would miss some turns. I don't know if it was just mapping or what, but it seemed to there be a disconnect between those systems. I also saw some behavior that seems to still be present in the FSD 10 builds, where if a car is coming at you or turning onto a lane that's coming at you, the car will unnecessarily brake for that person, even though they're not coming, into your lane or anything like that. It just overly anticipates maybe some bad action there. So hopefully on this drive we won't see that, but again, that was just kind of my first taste of FSD Beta 10.6.1. So I'll shut up now and let's go for a drive and see how it goes. Alright, so enabling FSD from my driveway still seems to work. Definitely kind of went over the snowbank on my right there a little bit, but we'll survive. So one thing I noticed other folks have noticed, that I have noticed as well, is the car is much more receptive to changing the speed limit. Before, it was very slow to adjust the speed. Now with FSD Beta 10.6, the car reacts much more quickly, which is definitely a welcome change. Just because I constantly am adjusting speed, especially where we just passed over those train tracks there. Alright, so I'll have to say that was probably the best approach of that intersection that I have seen since, I would say, FSD Beta 10.2, to be honest with you. The car did an excellent job of waiting. It looked like it positioned itself a little bit to the left more than I would do if I was driving, but I'm guessing that's because of the pillar cameras and giving them the best visibility of both directions. And then of course, the car just wants to use that lane again. So I'm going to keep reporting that, but that issue that you just noticed there, where the car tries to use the passing lane, has been there since, I guess to say it, since all the FSD builds. So I'm guessing it's just an issue with mapping. So again, Tesla, if you're listening, please update the maps. Hopefully that's included in the holiday update. They haven't updated the maps in over a year. And issues like that just get really frustrating, and it honestly underscores the progress they're making in terms of vision and whatnot. So car is a little bit overly aggressive there with just the braking. I don't know if it anticipated that car incorrectly coming at us or what, but I'll be reporting that. But that intersection's been a struggle for FSD Beta pretty much throughout the 10.x builds. I've seen some improvements in different conditions, but it hasn't been consistent across the gamut like it has been in other areas of improvement, so it seems to still be a struggle for it. Alright, so that was the quickest reaction I've ever seen to that intersection that we just passed there. That was fantastic. So the car kind of did a rolling stop as it waited for that car to go by, and then it made its turn without any hesitation really at all. So that's an improvement, I think. So I'll be looking forward to doing my little Northeast Test Loop that I usually do with every release, just to confirm that. But so far it looks to be a nice improvement over 10.5. So again, you see the turn signal come on there. I will be reporting that. Again, that seems to be a mapping issue that has been there in every FSD Beta 10.x release that I've gotten. Very annoying. It tries to use the oncoming lane as a lane of traffic for us, and obviously we can't use that lane. This is a bi-directional road, so kind of annoying that it's still there. But again, I think it just has to do with Tesla not updating their maps. The car did a great job there of navigating around that mini iceberg on the right there. I was expecting to take over, and again, I'll be honest, FSD continues to positively surprise me with how it's dealing with snow and slush on the roads. It's actually doing a very, very good job. A lot better than I expected, and a lot better than some of the videos that Dirty Tesla I think had posted during, like, I think it was the 8.x time frame, where it really struggled with snow. They've made a lot of improvements there, it seems like, and a lot of their training focus may have gone to dealing with these conditions. So, very, very positive. And it seems like, again, with 10.5, and we just saw it there with 10.6, for whatever reason at that part of the road, the car wants to stray towards the center. And that obviously becomes problematic when there's a car coming the other direction. So I took over and then obviously reported that functionality. We have somebody coming to our left here. Looks like the car seems to have figured it out. But again, we need to stay more to the right with those curves, and the car is not doing that. So I continue to report via the snapshot feature. Alright, so again, to me this seems like we have a visibility gap here. I had to take over there. There was a small car coming to our left here that the car did not really seem to see. I'll have to go back and watch the footage later, but I hit the brakes and then obviously just re-engaged. So again, the car kind of jammed on the brakes there, and I think it just has a tough time interpreting what that car was going to do. So I'll be reporting that, but you know, going forward, I think if they start training the car to be able to see the oncoming car's turn signals and deciphering that, I think that can obviously improve a lot of the behavior and make it more human-like, right? Right now I feel like they're only making, you know, statistical predictions based upon the movements they're seeing that the car make, but they're not looking at, you know, like turn signals and things like that, that a normal human driver would be kind of looking for. So hopefully that's something they add maybe in version 11. That'd be really nice. Excellent job with the left turn. The left turn's sometimes been a struggle in previous builds. Not the case with 10.6 so far. So as you can see here, this is an interesting setup here. So I'm going to be reporting this, but you can kind of see that the lane lines there were partially covered, that the city didn't do a great job of plowing that part of the street. So the car ended up shifting back to the left lane and then kind of turning across the turn lane. So again, we had really nobody close behind us, so I just let the car do its thing there. But you know, again, as part of the mapping, the car needs to be a bit more flexible when it comes to, you know, adhering to the road lines, especially when part of the road is covered with snow, right? So the car seems to do a great job when the road is completely covered in snow, or where it partially can see the lane lines in most cases, but back there it really struggled. I'm guessing just because of the turning aspect. But Alright, so we just exited Highway 100 and we're looking to merge onto Edina Industrial Boulevard up here as we're almost to my company's office here. Alright, so good job getting over there to the right and then avoiding the snowbank on the right as well. So looks like we're going to creep forward for some visibility here. The car is overly hesitating a bit too much, so I'm just going to help it along. It still seems to seem to me anyways that the side view is not the greatest for the car, so I don't know how they're going to address that, but it still seems to be a problem for FSD. Great job back there navigating around that snowbank again and using all of the road. That was awesome. Alright, we've made it to the office here, so that concludes this drive. Thanks for watching, and I will hopefully see you on the next one with a better microphone setup. Have a good one. Bye.